Where is China in biotech?
China in biotech.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, China, the biggest edge would be the number of people. And then they'll be able to organize a huge number of people to go through clinical trials and to be able to get the data and to optimize for the best therapeutics for the population. I think that would be the...
But I mean, in terms of innovation and things like that, we obviously seen with EVs, with things like 5G, now 6G, a tremendous amount of things. Where particularly is biotech in China? Do you think it's going to be subject to the same issues? Suddenly, national security is involved.
Oh, for sure. I think national security is
already begun.
It's already begun with WuXi being sanctioned. I think it's because a lot of biotech, it's really about sharing of data. So if you cannot really share human data is by far the most sensitive, and that's why you don't really see as much AI happening with the healthcare space, because it's very difficult to just share your blood type or your ailments, right? So I think that will come a bit later.
I mean, we know that unless the larger the amount of data that we have, the better outcomes we can create. So is there at any time a chance that the world could treat information like that, anonymize it, but treat it like water, all right, as a utility, as something that's available to everybody?
Well, blockchain is supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah. So
yes, but the countries still have to do that. But there would have to be an agreement between countries which are now at loggerheads, especially the U.S., even Europe, who have different standards, how to do that. But it just seems to me that if we're going to go forward together, right, we have to create the mechanisms to do that. Taking care of ourselves, solving, horrific diseases, that would seem a no-brainer, right?
I would think that China, given the number of people domestically, can start by doing it themselves. And I think given China's policy with engaging One Belt One Road and the Global South, it seems, with evidence that China cares more about the well-being of their partners than about, diplomatic, one-upmanship. So there will be a lot. I think if they have created at some point a momentum, then I think the Global South can then share the data the way that you mentioned.
Yeah, and there's specific examples of that in terms of China is now actually encouraging the development of technology, not only in biotech, but in every other area with other countries in the Global South. There's a lot of work that you've seen being done in the Middle East, UAE.
UAE, especially, for example, in digital currency.
Digital currency, But I know China has been involved with a few CDCs around the world, helping them to control, the communicable diseases. So that's one very important thing.
Also, China during the pandemic actually allowed other countries to build, vaccine plants, so that they could take care of their own things instead of buying them at inflated prices from American entities. But somebody said to me, look, we're coming to a huge watershed in terms of value and wealth. And those who own IP will be served by those who don't. And I think China's response to that has been, okay, we need to share the IP. We need to develop it together. Otherwise, we're going to have a world of have and have-nots, and you'll continue this ever, ongoing surge of